The interconnected observances of Passover, Palm Sunday, Holy Week, and unleavened bread. Ever wondered how seemingly distinct religious observances can share deep historical and symbolic connections? Let's explore the fascinating links between Passover, Palm Sunday, Holy Week, and the significance of unleavened bread. Passover, Palm Sunday, Holy Week, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread are all significant observances. They hold profound meaning for both Jewish and Christian faiths. While each observance has its distinct meanings and celebrations, they are interwoven through history and shared symbolism. Understanding these connections fosters interfaith dialogue and enriches our appreciation of religious traditions. Passover, or Pesach in Hebrew, is a central Jewish holiday. It commemorates the Israelites' liberation from slavery in ancient Egypt. The central narrative of Passover is the Exodus story. It recounts God's intervention to free the Israelites from oppression. God passed over the houses of Israelites during the 10th plague, sparing them from the death of the firstborn. The Seder meal is the central ritual of Passover. It is a carefully structured meal filled with symbolic foods and rituals. Matzah, or unleavened bread, is a key element of the Seder. It symbolizes the haste with which the Israelites left Egypt, not having time for their bread to rise. Bitter herbs, such as horseradish, are also part of the Seder. They represent the bitterness and suffering endured during slavery in Egypt. Wine is another important element of the Seder meal. It is consumed in 4 ceremonial cups, each representing a different aspect of freedom and redemption. Passover emphasizes freedom, remembrance, and the covenant between God and the Jewish people. It is a time to reflect on the past and reaffirm commitment to these values. Palm Sunday marks the beginning of Holy Week in the Christian liturgical year. It is observed on the Sunday before Easter. Palm Sunday commemorates Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem. The Gospels describe how people spread palm branches before him as he rode into the city on a donkey. This event is significant because it represents Jesus' acceptance of his destiny. It marks the beginning of his journey towards crucifixion and ultimate resurrection. Holy Week is the most sacred week in the Christian liturgical year. It encompasses the events leading up to Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Holy Week includes several key observances. These include Palm Sunday, Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday. Maundy Thursday commemorates the Last Supper. It is the final meal Jesus shared with his disciples before his arrest. Good Friday commemorates the crucifixion of Jesus. It is a day of mourning and reflection on his sacrifice. Holy Saturday is a day of waiting and anticipation. It precedes the celebration of Easter Sunday. The focus of Holy Week is reflection, prayer, and remembrance. Christians reflect on Jesus' suffering, death, and resurrection. Unleavened bread, or matzah, is a key element in both Passover and the Christian understanding of the Last Supper. This shared element highlights the historical and theological connections between the two faiths. In Passover, unleavened bread symbolizes the haste of the Israelites leaving Egypt. It serves as a reminder of their urgent need to escape slavery. In the Christian context, the Last Supper is understood as a Passover Seder. Jesus shared unleavened bread with his disciples during this meal. This connection to the Last Supper links unleavened bread to the Eucharist, or Holy Communion. The Eucharist is a central sacrament in Christianity. In Christian theology, the bread symbolizes Jesus' body. It represents his sacrifice for the redemption of humanity. Palm Sunday and Holy Week are historically linked to Passover through the Last Supper. This connection highlights the shared roots of Christianity and Judaism. Jesus, a Jew, celebrated Passover with his disciples. The Last Supper was a Passover Seder, reflecting Jewish traditions. The use of unleavened bread is a direct connection. It highlights the shared historical context of these observances. Passover is a Jewish holiday celebrating liberation and covenant. Palm Sunday and Holy Week are Christian observances focusing on Jesus' life, death, and resurrection. Passover emphasizes freedom and remembrance of the Exodus. Holy Week emphasizes sacrifice, redemption, and the new covenant established through Jesus. The interpretation of unleavened bread differs between the two faiths. In Passover, it emphasizes the historical event of the Exodus. In the Christian context, unleavened bread connects to Jesus' sacrifice and the Eucharist. It symbolizes his body given for humanity. Passover focuses on the liberation of a nation from physical slavery. Holy Week focuses on the spiritual liberation of humanity from sin and death. While both observances involve a communal meal, the focus and symbolism differ. The Seder is a retelling of the Exodus story, while the Eucharist is a remembrance of Jesus' sacrifice. Exploring the interconnectedness of Passover, Palm Sunday, Holy Week, and the significance of unleavened bread reveals a rich tapestry of shared history and distinct theological interpretations. By understanding these connections, we can foster greater interfaith dialogue and deepen our appreciation for the diverse expressions of faith. Now we encourage you to delve deeper into these observances, read primary religious texts, engage in conversations with people of different faiths, and reflect on the shared values of freedom, remembrance, and sacrifice. Share this video to spark meaningful discussions and promote understanding. Consider visiting a Passover Seder or attending a Holy Week service to experience these traditions firsthand. Let's continue to learn from each other and build bridges of respect and empathy.